Hey everybody, John Doerr again with Two Marine Dads. Hey, listen, today we're going to discuss in this video about for your 401k and whether or not it's advantageous to remove money from your 401k and apply it to, say, your mortgage or your car loan or whatever your hardship may be. 2020 kind of being a wacky year, the federal government has removed the 10% early withdrawal fee. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. Like I said in the intro here, the federal government has removed the 10% early withdrawal penalty from your 401k. What does that mean? That means normally you turn 65, you've been putting away in your 401k, and you pay the income tax. Call it about 30%, plus or minus, depends on what state you're in, and etc. But for just the purposes of this video, we'll call it 30%. So if you are not 65 and you want to have access to that money under normal circumstances, you have to pay an additional 10%. So you'll pay 40 cents on every dollar that you take out if you withdraw it early. Well, because of the COVID and the economy and the hardships and all this kind of stuff, the federal government said, you know, let's do away with the penalty. So now you just pay the taxes on the money that you owe for taking it out. So it's earned you income, and you have to pay that income tax. Then you can have whatever's remaining. Like I said, it's about 30%. So, you know, I looked at it. I heard that penalty went away, and I thought to myself, you know, you've got a little over 200 grand saved up in your 401k, and you know, well, you still owe about 117 on your mortgage. You know, why don't you take a little bit of that money out and put it towards your mortgage, and then you get out from underneath that debt, etc. So, called my wife and we discussed it. We pulled up a couple simple things here. One thing we pulled up was a website called calculator.net. All right. Now, I have nothing to do with these people, but it is a fantastic resource, calculator.net. It's pretty simple, easy to remember. So we pulled this up, and they got a calculator for everything. For your mortgage, they got a calculator. For investment, they got a calculator. For, I mean, you name it, it's there. All right. They got like probably 50 calculators. So I pulled up the calculator for the mortgage. And like I said, I'll give you guys real numbers here. I owe $117,006 on my mortgage. So I looked at it and said, what happens? How much interest am I going to pay over the life of the loan? Consider even if I just make all my payments normal, don't add anything to it, just a normal minimum payment due. I will owe $34,000, and I wrote all the stuff down. $34,314.11. All right. Now that's for the remainder of my mortgage, and I take it to the next 13 years to pay it off. So recalculated, went back to the same calculator, accounted for the $20,000 additional payment. And what I found was I would owe $28,706. So that's a net saving of over $5,600. Okay. It's a net savings of over $5,600 just in interest, plus the $20,000 off my mortgage. So now I'm sitting at about $97,000 and change on my mortgage. I've saved $5,600 in interest. Wahoo! I'm not paying for the banker's mortgage. I'm not putting braces on his kid. I'm not making payments on his Mercedes, right? I'm all fat, dumb, and happy, right? So then I go over to the same website, and I'm 43 years old. I have about 22 years remaining until a couple of months here or there. 22 years remaining before I turn 65 and get eligible to have access penalty-free again with in my 401k. So all I did was I plugged in $20,000 into the investment calculator. I assumed I'm going to get about 9% return for 22 years. All right. So I plugged that in, and I said, you know what? I'm assuming that I'm out of work and that I'm not going to make another payment. I'm just the $20,000. I'm never going to make another payment. But now here's the tricky part. If you want to put $20,000 towards your mortgage, you have to account for the taxes that you're going to have to pay the federal government. So you're not just taking $20,000 out of your 401k. You're taking approximately $26,000. So I ran the numbers for $26,000. And what I found was that over 22 years at about 9%, because that's approximately does a little better than that. The normal the stock market usually returns a little bit better than 9%. So I conservatively put it at 9%. I would have lost $173,123.66. All right. I would lose that $26,000 if I don't mess with it, is worth $173,123.66. So I'm over here jumping up and down going, hip hooray, I saved I saved $5,600 on interest when actually it cost me over just shy of 200 grand worth of return. So when you look at it in terms like that, guys, it is absolutely not worth taking any money out of your 401k. If you, I mean, I get life, roundhouse kicks you in the jaw and knocks you down and puts its, foot on your neck and makes you cry uncle, and you have to do certain things. I get it. Certain things happen and that's terrible. But if you can avoid it at all costs, do not mess with your 401k. Let it ride, let it grow. Even if you stop contributing to it, it's better than taking it out. Let it run, let it ride, and you will reap the reward when you're 65. So anyway, I just wanted to show you kind of, here's literally, I did this. Hopefully you guys can see it. It's pretty simple. I'll show it to you guys for a second here. I mean, literally, it's just that simple, guys. Simple math. If you can put it on a whiteboard, it makes sense. I mean, that's all there is to it. It only took me about 15 minutes or so to kind of do the research and just kind of think, again, it's a sweet deal up front. Sounds really, really great. Is it worth it? In my case, it is absolutely not worth it. And I don't think it's worth it for a lot of people. If you can avoid taking money out of it, do not take it out. That's pretty much it. Should you take anything out of your 401k in 7 minutes or less, to Marine Dad style? As always, I hope you guys found this video helpful, and as always, Semper Fi.